What's up? Great commercial.
Used to love that commercial.
I'm a little tired because I did shows last night. We have a show tonight.
We do have a show tonight. I'm glad that you were also tired. I did a show last night and was up past what my normal bedtime is.
Where was your show?
The Comedy Store.
And you were up till when?
I was up until midnight, which is brutally late for me.
Yeah, you texted me at like 8 a.m. and you're like, still on for today?
Am I annoyingly punctual, even though I showed up 10 minutes later?
I would never, ever be. No, I like that you're punctual. I would never be up at that time, but I had a radio interview.
Now, was this to promote something?
Yeah.
What are you promoting, Jamie Kennedy?
Weekend. And I'm going to mic drop in Chandler this weekend.
Are you going to start the show dropping the mic?
Drop that mic. You know it? It's awesome. You know mic drop in San Diego?
No. I love the name, though. It's something different than Chuckle Hut.
You got to go. You'll love it there.
That's fun. You going to drive down?
Fly.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good drive. I've done it.
Mm.
But I would never be up at 8 o'clock, and you were like, bing, bing. So how are you like that?
I have just recently become that. I'm usually I wake up at 5 a.m.
For what?
I used to be a night owl. I am naturally a night owl. I think that's sort of like how we all are as comedians.
Definitely.
But I found moving to LA out of New York, I was in New York for a decade, and coming to LA, I want to be up earlier. And so I just challenged myself more and more to get up earlier and earlier and earlier. Now, some mornings I'll wake up at 5, but I'll stay in bed for a couple hours.
You want to attack the day.
I want to attack the motherfucking day. Can I swear?
Whatever you want.
It's easier to ask for forgiveness. Is that the?
No, it's ask for forgiveness. No.
Don't ask for permission.
Ask for forgiveness.
Right. Do you forgive me for swearing?
Not only do I forgive you, I never thought you sinned.
Thank you.
We're at the time right now where YouTube is so draconian. I'm probably in trouble for saying this, that I'm getting like all types of like, yo, take this out. So they don't even like cursing now. So I'll just bleep it.
Now, is that something that is actually being policed by people, or are those bots that are just?
I believe it's AI.
AI.
And a little inside baseball. My YouTube channel is like being massively suppressed. And I'm not just saying that.
I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. It's because, you're speaking. Oh, shit. There goes. Oh, God. There goes an award.
You're all right.
There's an award.
It's okay.
What did I almost knock? Hold on.
It was a, What did you do?
This is why you're being silenced, because you are the ultimate weapon.
Wow. That was from the USO tour. I was in Baghdad, sleeping in Saddam's palace, and you almost broke it.
I almost broke it.
It survived Saddam, but
I bet
not Jessimae.
Saddam's soul would
come and
bleed out
Look
if
at you.
Broke it.
You got a little hot. You took the leather off. You can pop it on the ground.
I took the leather off.
I'm scared you're going to hit that now.
Oh, God.
You love to move the mic. It has to be a little tight. There's a few things I have to do. But it's like, I wanted to invite people. No, you go like this. Pull it up to you.
Okay. Wait.
It was perfect.
It was perfect.
What did you do?
Oh, wait.
There you go.
I won't touch it.
There you go.
Fuck.
And I'm going to get it working.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a morning person.
No, you were talking about your page is starting to get pinged.
Yes.
And it's because you're talking openly about life and questioning things. Apparently, somewhere along the line, curiosity became a sin.
Well, I believe that comedy is more important than ever. I believe that music used to be like, fuck the man, but now it's us. I believe podcasts are more important than ever. I believe that I'm an actor and a comedian, but right now I love comedy more. I love acting, but comedy is really questioning things. And like, this is where we go for people we trust. I believe people come to our shows and they're like, A, escaping, or B, getting like truth that people are scared to say.
I agree. And it's an important place to carve out to also keep it somewhat away from censorship. Not even somewhat. There's got to be a place where idiots can get up and talk.
Yeah.
You know?
But also that's why we can say darker stuff, because they do think that. You know what I mean? Like, I had a guy last night say, "Man, you're such a clown." And he had such a good time. And the guy after me was like, "Man, way to slip those truths in there." You know, it's like, if you give somebody broccoli, what do they do for kids? They put a little
cheese on it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you got to cover up the broccoli.
Exactly. So
but underneath, there's always fucking broccoli.
Exactly. That's what I think our job is.
And it's also hard to find comedians who aren't afraid anymore. Don't you think so? Or do you think that people are going more to the truth side?
Comic-wise,
I feel like there's a lot of placating happening. Maybe it's always been a thing.
I think that there's definitely that, but I definitely think there's comics that are out there pushing hard and to tell. But well, that's very sweet of you.
You do.
I try to make it funny.
Well, you're honest. You're authentic. I can say that. I believe that.
Oh, thank you.
And I guess that's the point I'm making, is finding that sort of authenticity is rare. And I think, you look at comedians like Joan Rivers. I really would love to hear what she'd have to say about everything.
She would be the realist.
She'd be the realist. Her and Carlin would be the realist.
100%. I always say, people are like, "Who are your heroes?" I'm like, Eddie, Rodney, Carlin, Joan. Joan is one of my heroes.
Joan just...
She was a truth teller.
She was a truth teller and an equal opportunity truth teller.
Yes.
No one was safe.
And there's no woman, or there was nothing. She was just a comedian. Like, I guess she was a woman, but I don't look at her like that. I just look at her as another amazing comedian.
That's interesting. Yeah, the gender of it, because she didn't really bring it into the zeitgeist of her material too much.
No.
It was just about being funny.
Yes, and she went after everyone.
She went after everyone, and everyone laughed. And she also had the gays in her pocket.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting and, I think, very telling audience to have.
And the gays are usually in the back pocket.
Aww.
Daddy. Wait, so, yeah, I mean, she's incredible, and she did go after everyone.
I miss her voice.
Yeah.
I do. I miss that just unapologetic and ruthlessness.
Mm-hmm. And I think that what you're saying is, before I even get into what I was going to talk to you about, I like it that you're interviewing me, is that I think that, like, last night's a great example. Like, I played a club. It was an off night. I sold a lot of tickets, sold merch. People came out. So I think we're able now to build our audience. I think social media is really, as long as we don't get dinged, you know what I mean? It's a way people to find your voice and follow you. So it's empowering that way, because, acting, TV, and all that stuff is amazing. But a lot of times it's like, we got to put our palm out and hope, right?
Yep.
And so comedy is awesome that way, but people want to consume it more. Like, a lot of people are out on a Wednesday. And I just find that people either want to laugh or want to think.
I agree. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that people are very lost right now.
Yeah, very much.
People are very, very lost. And I had this thought today when I was just drinking coffee and reading, that I think people are more now than ever stripped from their essence. I think the way society has evolved to this point in time, we are so much a victim of our devices and of social media that we're no longer doing things that we actually truly enjoy.
So you mean, like, we look at our phone and it almost traps us?
I think it prevents us from getting out of the house and doing things that we enjoy. It prevents us from tapping into that ever omnipresent child inside of us. And because of that, we detach from our essence. People lead with either their image or their essence. I learned that from a therapist of mine, Brett Costin. He says that you're either leading with your image or your essence.
Shout out, Brett.
Shout out, Breck.
Breck,
yeah. Your image is who you want to portray and project out to the world, and your essence is who you actually are. lost.
That's really. So yeah, you're correct. You are. That's so correct because people. That's all they care about is their image online.
That's all they care about, and it's not real.
No.
None of that shit is real.
No.
None of it. It's all bullshit, and it has nothing to do with what actually matters in life. Getting outside and just walking down the block can connect you more than being on social media. That is the connection of our modern society. Just walking down the block and actually having a conversation with one neighbor, I think, can connect you more than having 10 DMs on Instagram.
Do you find yourself doing that?
No, I've really tried to.
I find myself talking to people more.
In real life?
Yeah. Like, I do feel like that. Like, you say that, and I do feel it makes me feel more fulfilled.
That's nice. Now, I would think because of your career that people just come right up to you.
Yes, I'm the type of fame where I consider myself everybody's neighbor. Like, here's an example. I was back in the day. I was at Comic-Con. It was about 10 years ago, I think. And I was in an elevator, and I was with my publicist and a girl I was dating, and Colin Farrell gets in. And Colin Farrell, he was like, you know, doing a lot of press. He's like, oh, that fucking reporter. I'm trying to do his accent.
That's pretty good.
He was like, oh, I had to tell you, the questions were shite. Oh, I had to tell you. And he was like, and like the chick I was with, and even my publicist, they were like, Colin Farrell. I'm like, you're in the business, fool. Like, I just did a panel where, and literally people got off and they're like, Colin Farrell. And he was like, tell you. He was all mad about something. Just a fucking reporter. And I'm not like that. People, I mean, some people like that, but people are like, hey, Jamie. What's up, Jamie? I'm like, I consider myself like I'm a hot chick at the Trader Joe's in Woodland Hills.
Fair.
That's where I have that level of fame, that level of botherance. Like, people either say, hey, what's up? Tell me what vegetable to buy. Or, you know, hey, try the Hot House. It's that cucumber, they wrap it. That's real. Or just kind of linger.
That's weird.
Yeah. So it's not like crazy. I mean, everyone kind of knows me, but it's not crazy.
Do you say would you say you get noticed every day?
Definitely.
And is it something you enjoy?
Yes, 100%. Because, by the way, this is not how this interview is going to go, but I like it. I'm just going to go with it.
I'm curious because we haven't spent. I'm treating this like getting to know you.
Good.
I'll let you take over.
No, don't. I like it.
I'm genuinely curious.
Do I love it? Of course, I love it. Here's what I don't love. I don't love that I can't be a human. Meaning, the threshold for forgiveness for me is a lot lower than it is for someone else. So that means that if I go to trade, let's just say, like, here's an example. After I do a show, I'm wrecked. You know, I've been doing like an hour 10. Let's say you do 2 shows. I come off, I do a meet and greet, and I'm blessed. You know, people have been lining up more and more. I'm going to get a couple of drunk Karens in the line. Usually it is. They were way before a Karen was ever a thing. You talk to comedians, okay? I call them the triple dubs, white wine warriors. There's just women.
Yeah, exactly.
The triple dubs. My mid-40s who work in accounts receivable. Their favorite phrase is, I was helping.
Yeah.
So, and the great thing is they do it to her too, okay? So it's not just me. So those, out of all the people, and I do shows for gang members, criminals, tech heads, the most entitled are those women.
They're the ones who interrupt and heckle the most. I will agree.
And after a show, they'll grab you. They'll pull on you. And I'm not too long ago, a woman pulled me and I like fell a little bit. And I was like, ah. And she got right in there. And I'm like, yo, lady, what the fuck? Like, just stand there. And she's like, oh, Mr. Too Cool for School. Like all that shit. So there are times when I just don't have the patience. And I'm just like, lady, just fucking, do you want to do the picture or not? Like, it's no big deal. And she's like, you're rude. And I'm like, okay. And you're drunk and you have a life issue. Like, I say this shit to them. So, and then like, I'll get feedback and it won't be positive. So I think the only problem I have with fame is that if I am not 100% perfect in people's eyes who are insecure, I'm a piece of shit. And even when I am, people still make up shit about me anyway.
Wow.
So, but the difference between me and I believe a lot of people is I will bite back because I don't have anything to hide. Like, I believe I'm good. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm not. So to me, when people say shit, I mean, if it's worth the battle, you have to fight back because people can just say anything about anything because I'm not. I consider myself Bounce fabric softener or Snuggle. You know what I mean? Like, I'm on the shelf. You know me. Sometimes it's hot. Sometimes it's cold. It does its job. But people can just say whatever you want. And unfortunately, society just goes, ooh, it was said, so it's true.
That's right. There's no accountability. There's no due diligence. If it's there, it's true. It's a fact. Doesn't matter how ridiculous or outlandish it is. It's a fact.
Yeah. And that's why what you were going with earlier about how some comedians are scared and stuff. And I get that because they don't want to fuck up their bag, meaning their money. But to me, I'm lucky. I've made enough money. I always want to make more money, but I'm good. And also, I believe that the audiences that I curate will always hang with me. Unless I'm like a monster, which I'm not. Do you know what I mean? So I believe that I'll always be able to have an audience.
Yeah.
But like, will I always be able to be on ABC? No. Which is crazy. But, I mean, it'll turn again. But no, I mean, that's the way it is right now.
Yeah.
Because people they're just pussies. Like, it's just like, they go to, like, think about it. Like, now you got me ranting. So there was a show I have with another guy who's a famous guy, and he's a successful actor, producer.
Who?
Give
me the receipts.
I'll tell you off camera because I don't want to blow up the thing right now. But we're pitching a show. It's a simple show. And out of 10 networks we've targeted, 4 have already passed just to hear the pitch. 4. Now, I've had 7 shows on the air in different capacities. He's had about 5. And they don't even want to hear the pitch.
What?
I know. And it's gone out with the top agency in town. So I'm like,
what is going on?
yeah, well, either people don't like me or him, but he's bulletproof too, so it's in his own way. So it's just, to me, it's like, what are the mandates? What are we looking for? Why? You know what I'm saying? So you got all these college-educated people that don't want to look insecure. People are not secure. All these people don't want to look bad in front of their friends. So you've got all these people, you know, tortoiseshell glasses, thinking they're cooler than school. You know, it's like they're writers in comedy, which I love writers. Like, they're great writers in comedy. But to me, they're not the typical comedians who are performers. I'm much more of a performer. The comedy is 2 things. It's the shell and it's the egg. I'm the egg that runs all over the place, and I'll taste good, but you don't know if it's going to be an omelet, if it's going to be scrambled, if there's going to be shells in it, but there's going to be great moments. Writers are the shell that are like, everything's got to be perfect, and and here's my punchline, and I never want to look uncool. Well, that's what comedy is. Comedy is insanity, and you have to look ugly, uncool at times.
Yes.
And so I feel like those people want to keep it together, and that's what's going on in our world right now. Like, well, it's not me. I'm okay. And it's all this bullshit that turns into group speak and group think. And like, there's no, like, people are scared to be alone. It's okay if people don't like you. They never liked you anyway.
Right.
And that's a big thing that's permeating our business and our world.
And people are afraid to even take risks. Risks used to be the appeal. Now it's the deterrent for any network or buyers or anything like that.
100%.
Is it safe? Everything has to be safe now.
Yes.
And last time I checked, that doesn't help anybody.
No. That's why you have to make everything independent. And then it's like Seinfeld was made completely on a lark over here. And if you read all about it, it was only 4 episodes, and it just became this thing because no one bothered it. My show, The Experiment, was kind of made on the left field, and they didn't know what it was, and it was a test tape, and then it people loved it. You know, once it started going, they didn't mess with it as much because they didn't know what it was.
How is something like South Park and Family Guy, are they able to circumvent everything that's going on in culture?
About $1 billion.
I love it.
Yes.
I don't want it to go anywhere.
And I think it's also, this is a big thing that everyone says, it's the cartoon.
Is it that?
It's because it's animated, so it's like you could say the most vile, intense shit or envelope pushing shit, but a cartoon said it.
Yeah, it's a baby.
Yes.
It's just a talking baby.
Exactly. It's a talking poo, you know?
it's a talking piece of shit.
Yeah, literally. And it's brilliant. They're both brilliant and amazing. And it's like, thank God for them. But like if humans were saying that, I don't know if they'd let it on right now.
We're so fucking...
I know.
We're gone.
I know.
Bring on the sixth extinction. Bring on whatever creature's going to be evolved from us, like Prometheus. Let's do it.
Oh, is that the plot of that?
Yeah. Sorry, spoiler alert.
Don't tell
so
me.
good. Did you ever see it? Oh, it's so good.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, I'm a sucker for those, for sci-fi and anything like